Hello, how's it going? And welcome to RLF1 here for the Italian Grand Prix. And we're here tonight for the 11th round of the championship. And joining me as always is Penske. Hello, Penske.
Hey Mitch here, it's good to be back for another episode of, another round, of RRL here at the home of the Italian Grand Prix.
Yes, we're here for another episode of this magnificent league. We're coming at you guys for another video. We're gonna have a look at the points here very shortly. We've got 16 drivers here tonight for this race, and looks like it's been confirmed it's going to be a dry race here tonight. So just dry racing here for these guys. We'll start board here with Fries here, so I go through the championship points real quickly. It's Ali Hugo that still leads this championship by 73 points. So 4 rounds to go. Yeah, can he actually win it tonight? He can actually win it tonight, Alan Hugo. Yeah, we'll maybe look at that later. Ryan is in second, Berserk third, Zombie fourth, who's not here tonight, Venom in fifth, Max Mate in sixth, I'm Death Pro seventh, Derek Kidd is in eighth, Savory Mince Pie in ninth, Beat-Up 7 in 10th, Red Bull Holden Racing Edge in 11th, Frazee in 12th, Matt is in 13th, Dano's in 14th, Benny in 15th, No Name in 16th, Broken Reptile, everyone's fair favourite, in 17th, 18th for winners, Pulse for the win 87 here in 19th, and X Steel is in 20th. The constructors' points, I believe it is still Mercedes on top with 111 points over the rest of the field, as Benny F1 has crashed out. Looks at one of the Lesbos.
Yeah, into Lesbo too, yeah.
Williams
actually.
Williams is in second, Red Bull in third, Williams is in second, Renault's in third, excuse me, and then it's Red Bull, Haas, Alfa Romeo, Toro Rosso, Ferrari, Racing Point, and McLaren bringing up the rears. Fries across the line with a 124.346. And talk us about Italy, Penske. It's an interesting track as always.
A very interesting track. Italy is the home of F1's speed and power, the fastest track on the calendar, mostly on the loud pedal for almost the entire lap. A lot of historic events have been happening at this racetrack, as Matt goes to the top with a 20.4. Let's see the next car is coming into the last corner is the Mince Pie, who's actually on an outlap. Very slowly coming out of the last corner, actually.
I think he might have invalidated his lap time or something.
Very slowly coming to the line.
I don't know what he's doing there. But,
he might be giving it to his teammate Broken Reptile.
Could be. As Calvo looks like he's getting a little bit of a toe from Frizzy 92. Calvo's just weaving all around the place. And where is actually Broken Reptile? We'll start boarding Broken Reptile. See what he can do. And Pricey, Derek goes to top, 20.0. And it's still from Matt here at the moment. I don't know what was Savory doing there, but maybe could be giving him a toe maybe. Broken Reptile's about to finish off his lap here, see what he can do.
Tries to avoid the curve of Scary, yellow flags at 3, and it's Mince Pie off the track. Here comes Reptile into the final corner. A little bit wide coming out of the last corner, coming up to the line. He goes third with a 21.7 as Withers has retired at our last corner.
Fine, maybe.
He's gone straight on.
On board Frizy. Okay, what this has. And yeah, don't know what's going on there with us, but broken reptile, P3, as it sees. Let's see, what's Savory doing? Savory's going around just doing hot laps. Max Mate's about to start a lap here in P13 at the moment. You'll see what he can do here in the Mercedes as dubstep rejoins. And Italy, because let's say interesting track, because it looks like he's gone purple there, Max Mate. And Max will be looking for a good result here tonight, obviously in the Mercedes. See what he can do here in this race. We'll start board here, see where he goes. He's gone purple again, so Max looking to go to the top here for pole position in this one. And Savory still, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Only 3 cars out on circuit at the moment, that being Savory, Max, and Frizy, who's out there on the hards. The old qualifying strategy of hard tyres. As Max, mate, this could take him to the top. Does.
19.5.
19.5. Yeah, 19.5 for Max, mate, so he goes pole position at the moment. Derek Kidd back out on circuit. Calbo is back out.
So is Dubstep, he's just now entering the check.
Yep, there is Dubstep in the Ferrari. And Dubstep will be looking for a good lap here in this one. As Derek Kidd's about to start his lap here soon. And Penske can take us for a lap around Italy, Monza, with Derek Kidd, who's going to try to see if he can get pole position. As Savory is just, I don't know what the hell he's doing. But Penske can take us for a lap around Monza with Derek Kidd in the Williams.
Yeah, okay, and the Williams, alright, you're going to get a good run out of this last corner all along front straight here. Which what Derek Kidd, oh actually doesn't do that, a little bit wide out of the final corner. Here comes from the start of this lap. It's just a full straight, full power, open up the DRS. You can just relax for a little bit here until you head to turn 1 where you want to be hard on the brakes. Derek Kidd does. You just want to clear. Oh, big wow, the lap's gone already from Derek Kidd, straight on. And that lap's just a write-off now. Went a bit too hard in turn 1, locked up the tyres. Just went straight on.
Change for perspective, let's go on board with Calbo.
I'm going with Calbo. Here's out of this mode 2 comes Calbo. Opens up the DRS under the back straight. Goes under the bridge where the old oval layout is from Monza. Heading into Ascari. You don't want to clip this curve. But you don't want to clip these 2 curves right here. You could lose the back end, which Calbo doesn't. And down the back straight here, the other back straight behind the pits, send him into the final corner, Parabolica. Hard on the brakes, gasses it back up. And where will this put Calbo on the leaderboard? Doesn't put him anywhere.
Nowhere.
It says 21.6, but that might have been invalidated.
Well, it was invalidated. As Matt's about to... Actually, no, where's Dubstep, actually?
Oh, he just ran wide. Yeah, he went wide out of the Ascari.
Taking a bit too much dirt there. And we'll see. We'll stay on board with him and see what he can do here, if he can move up. Ryan's out there on an out lap, so he's about to start his lap soon.
And he goes to third,
SP3.
20.2. And so the second guy just set a lap.
Didn't cost him. Yes. Matt's about to start a lap, finish his lap. See what he can do. And he goes second.
Whoa, Calbo. Oh, big moment for Calbo at Ascari. Oh, just clipped the wall.
It's a shame for Calbo.
And really reverses it back on track, almost into the short layout.
Yeah. On board here with Ryan, he's set that on a lap. Yeah, Calbo. Shame for him. And we'll stay here with... Well, Fry's just doing multiple laps out there on the hard tyres. As Ryan's about to finish off his lap, he will start on board here with New Zealand Ryan.
Whoa, a little bit too deep for Ascari. He gathers it back up though.
See what he can do here, New Zealand Ryan.
Weaving a little bit on the straight.
Might have Jared behind him, but right about to cross the line, and he comes straight into the pits with 5 minutes to go in this session. As Jared's about to start off his lap here with 5 minutes to go here in qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix. Oh, Jared has a big moment. And off track he goes.
He's abandoned the map.
Yes, he has indeed abandoned the map. And he will...
Here comes Max to the line. Does he improve in his time? He does. To 19.3 now for Max, mate.
Yeah, 19.3 for Max, mate. And does it very well. He goes straight off at turn 1. Trying to maybe rush back into the pits to get the next lap in. Savoury Mince Pie's just, I don't know what he's doing, having a bobble. But who do you think's going to get pole, Penske?
I think... Well, it's actually a tough one, because the toes in that at Italy are pretty common here. I think, though... I think Ryan still might be able to get pole here if he gets the right toe. Speaking of which, here comes Jared.
I think that I'm going to go with actually Al Hugo for pole position, but we'll stay on board here with Jared, who's going to storm right into the pit lane. Right about... Yeah, I know.
No, he won't.
He's continue on. So I don't know what he's doing, but he did go off at turn 1.
That's true.
So
I did forget about that small detail.
Well, he's just going for it, no? Maybe do a Monday tactic and start at the back. But, Jared, we're just 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the session.
Mince Pie and Calbo on the back straight, having some giggles. Calbo trying to get Mince Pie pushed back to the pits, I guess.
Mince Pie's running out of fuel, possibly. No, he hasn't, he's fine. Will he come into the pits? No, Mince Pie's going to continue on.
But Calbo comes into the pits. And I think
he's starting at the back. I was heard about many unique ways as Savoury Mince Pie has.
He's done 7 laps on those tyres, Mince Pie has.
Well, he's P11 anyway, so it's not really going to matter. But here's Jared, who I suspect will pit. Possibly. Maybe not.
And he's going
to continue on. And he's going to go to a invalidated lap time. 19.6 that would have been, so that would have put him P2. At the moment, that's not enough here for pole position in this race. Al Hugo now out on circuit, about to begin his lap.
So it's Broken Reptile on the back straight.
Yeah, Broken Reptile's about to start off his lap. And we're going to stay on board here with Broken Reptile for this lap and see how it all goes down for him at this circuit. Maybe looking to possibly move up couple positions possibly. See how he can go here. Or maybe a possible good starting position in the race.
Well, hello, Jared, and something's happened between Jared and Hugo and Ascari.
I don't know what's going on there.
Jared's side, and around he goes, down the fence and out of qualifying.
Well, out of qualifying he goes for DRC Jared. And Hugo pulls to the side. And the absolute craziness going on here. But Broken Reptile on his lap. And we'll stick with it and see what Broken Reptile can do here. If he can maybe move up a couple of positions here with 51 seconds to go here in qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix. Edge, bunch of others, look at them all started on their hot laps, about to start their lap. So who's going to take pole position? Broken Reptile will be one of the first ones to cross the line. And we'll see what he can do here. Broken Reptile. And he crosses the line now. And he does improve, but it only keeps him P6 at the moment. That's a shame for Broken Reptile. So Dubstep will be one of the first ones here to cross the line. So I'll stick on board here with the Ferrari. As we're coming up to the Lesbos. And of course the Lesbos are always a unique part of this circuit. Lesbo 2. And when you go through Lesbo 2 it's always chaotic. And we'll see what Dubstep can do here. He's only slightly up on his time here at the moment. 120.204. We'll look to see if he can maybe even get ahead of Derek Kidding. Or is that Matt for second? And it's Williams will be the next one across the line. But we'll go stick on board here with Dubstep. Does he improve? He does.
Third.
Goes
Here
to
comes
third.
Derek Kidd to the line. Neil got a second with 19.4.
Oh, Max is around.
Fry goes to
Fry
fifth.
goes. So Max is around. LQ goes in the wall, so it looks like Max can get pole unless someone can absolutely challenge it.
I think that'll be the end. Comes Edge to the line. Ryan's abandoned his lap. And Edge is also coming to the pits.
There you go, Max gets pole position from Derek Kidd, Matt. And Dubstep Frizy, we were top 5 here in qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix. So Max Mate gets the job done. And Edge retires, and we'll see Broken Reptile retire. And only 7 drivers completing a lap. Which, if I wasn't sick right now, I would be having a massive old rant about that. But that's okay, because you know what? It's for fun. Take us through the results once I come up. Mr. Pensky.
Indeed.
Take us through the results.
I've still got a black screen. There we are. Max Mate on pole, followed by Derek Kidd and Matt, Dubstep, Fry, Edge, who qualify on the mediums, and Reptile, which I guess is the drunk driver that I like, as only 7 cars at a time. You got Jared, Dill, who always retires at the beginning of these qualifying sessions, somehow is in the top 10, with Dano, Minspy, Hugo, Cowbell, Rivers, Ryan, and Benny starting on the back.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to start to see how it all goes down at the front between all these drivers. And yeah, Max doing a very good job there. Full pole position. And it'll be interesting what all goes down at the back. Of course, with Ryan, Hugo, Jared at the back of the pack. It's always exciting here in this Grand Prix. But we're about to get underway for this race. And Penske, give us your prediction and surprise podium.
Prediction. Well, it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be one of those Grand Prix, one of those crazy Grand Prix that I think Jared might get the race. That's a surprise podium. I think. A lot of drivers to choose from. I think the Dill with the craziest prediction might get the podium. I mean.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Dill has not got a single point at all this season so far, so that's a Frizy type of prediction right there. Let me just get everything up here before I give my prediction. So yeah, medium times for Edge, Jared, Dill, Savory, Hugo, Calbo, Benny, soft ties for Withers and Ryan, and hard ties for Dano and everyone else on the soft ties. I think that the race winner is going to be. I'm going to go with the obvious one. I'm going to go with Ryan, but for a surprise podium, I'm going to go really out of the ballpark, and I'm going to say Derry Kid for a surprise podium in this race. And 27 laps around this track, it is going to be very interesting to see how it all goes down here tonight between these drivers. Of course, Max versus Derek, Matt dubstep as well, Frizy there in P5. Frizy will want to get a good start in a good position off the start line here. And Eon says, Reptile Nation, it's been a while since Reptile fans have been in the chat. Where have you been? That's my question. There he is in P7, Broken Reptile. And he'll be looking for a good start, maybe some points here tonight with only 16 cars here tonight in this one.
Everyone making their way to the grid very slowly. There's a little issue with Withers at the start of the formation lap as well. He didn't leave till everyone was basically at the start of Sector 2 for some reason, but he's making his way back now.
That's a weird one. Don't know what happened there, but it's Max Mate, Derek Kid, Matt, Dubstep, and Frizy. That is your top 5, as you see a shot of the grades here. They're absolutely excited here for this one. As we wait for one of the Renaults, that is Withers, to come across P14. It is Max Mate versus Derek Kid off the front row here at the Italian Grand Prix. We're racing. And it looks like it's a great start for Max Mate. One of the Red Bulls have gone off a little bit into the grass. But one of the
trouble at the back.
Ferrari is a bit crazy there. But Max Mate leads at the moment from Derek Kid, Dubstep, Matt, Frizy and Edge near each other. One of the Toro Rossos. Oh, Broken Reptiles hit Frizy into the wall.
Oh no.
There was contact there. And that's a disastrous start for Frizy after a great qualifying for him. But Max Mate leads at the moment. Jared's up into P5. Hugo's up into P6. Ryan's only down to P12. Dano down in 7th. He's moved up a couple of positions. Looks like Ryan now moving his way up through the field. But Max Mate holding on at the moment very nicely with a 1.2 second lead, Penske.
And indeed, it was all kinds of chaos at the start. One of the Red Bulls didn't get going off the line, and the teammate unfortunately collided in as Ryan going out the outside of his teammate Withers. And I don't know, one of the Renaults might have got damaged at the start. Actually, no, it was the Ferrari of Benny got damaged at the start, actually.
Oh, the two Toro Rossos going at it here. It's Savory and Broken Reptile here for P8. And Savory looks to get the job done on his team, and he does so. 1.1 second leaders. Withers just back a little bit. Benny as well. Max Mate leads here at the moment.
Benny and Ryan were so close to tangling.
Savory and both the Toro Rossos are going to go straight by Dano here. Of course, Dano on the hard tyres here in this one. And also Ryan now trying to make his way through here on Benny. Benny fights it. But there was no contact there. Dubstep trying to see if he can get close to Derek Kidd for P2 in this one. But Maxmate still has that margin here in this race.
Oh, on the outside to cut the chicane, it was Matt. They get Star the run on the outside, and he moves up to 4th. Ryan so on the back of Dano now for 9th.
This should be done easily for Ryan. But you never know. Crazier things have happened. Dano doesn't get a good run. And Ryan is through. So Ryan now goes up to P9 in this one.
And Hugo gets past Matt before it's Scary.
Yeah, I was about to say that Hugo was clawing his way near Matt, and now Hugo goes up to P5. And Dubstep still close here to Derek Kidd. As Benny and Dano, Benny now goes for a Dano. Does awful. Dano's going to try to look for the switchback on him there.
Ryan got past
Reptile
and we'll pass mid-spy by going wide. And in fact, Reptile might have to see a lunge at his teammate.
I'll have a look here. I have to start looking at what's going on at the front because DRS was enabled and they're all pretty bunched up near each other at the moment. And Jared's getting close to this fight here at the front as well for P3. So it's still a second lead here for Derek Kidd. For Max Mate over Derek Kidd. And a little bit of a moment there for Jared, but he's all good in this one. And looks like the two Red Bull drivers, Calvo has a bit of a moment.
He might have been letting deal for it, I think.
Benny is lagging a little bit, so it could be a little bit of drama up ahead here between these guys. And I want to point out that Fries is yet to pit, even though I think he does indeed have damage.
He does.
So Fries is just going for the long haul, especially with no safety car anymore. So he's just going to be looking for that.
Oh, Benny wide at the Sari, that cost him the run. Oh, nearly a big crash between Benny and Dano, weaving everywhere, and they touched.
We just saw the end of that.
And Benny back at the inside of Dano. Oh, he's got 10 damage as well. It's not going to help him. It brings still into this.
Oh, whoa, no!
It was so close.
No.
Between the two.
We don't want to have a Formula Fish Ambrose moment there, as we've seen in the past in the 2010 cars. But Calvo now goes to look through here on Dana here for P12.
Oh, and Benny goes wide at turn 1. Oh. And he goes through.
Oh my! That was ugly.
He ghosted.
On my screen, yeah, he was ghosted there. That was very ugly.
He was ghosted for us. He was ghosted for us, but not for him.
Oh,
and
while he goes through.
And Dubstep's right on the back of Derek Kidd.
Yeah, Hugo gets through Jared, which is very important for Hugo. Tonight, we'll tell you the calculations, even though I don't think you're really interested in it, because Hugo's going to win the title anyway, we know that. As Benny's hit him! Dubstep's hit him! I said Benny and Jared's hit him! There's chaos! There's chaos everywhere! Oh no!
Jared had nowhere to go, and Reptile has a moment as well. Still just making his way through the mess.
Oh, that could have been a virtual safety car. But because the safety car doesn't exist anymore, and we were on board with Dubstep for that, and then badly.
Oh, and Red Bull! Oh, Dale's got damage, I think.
This
is going to be ugly. Oh, this is going to be ugly. Jared's trying to get into the pits.
Hey, Jared gets clearly through on that one. Good job, Jared. Everyone.
Oh no, Red's just gonna. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Turn 1. There's a Ferrari around. It's Benny.
What is that?
Completely cut the course.
He has to.
And the Red Bull's tangle.
Positions back, surely. He has to give those 2 positions back, surely. Oh, jeez. Look at this.
Oh, this is ugly.
It could be a bit of a drama here in a minute.
Dill's on the grass. Dill really sends her running outside. He's gone off.
He's getting excited that he could get points here tonight, but he's now outside the points. And absolutely chaotic here between these guys in the back. And Calvo now into P7. So I was trying to say before that all happened. I of course, Hugo's really got it's absolutely insurmountable lead in the championship right now. And he needs absolutely catastrophic for him to lose this championship in RL Saturday. So, yeah, it's there's a yellow flag.
Benny. It's Benny at turn one.
It's Benny. Oh dear. I've had a great night for Benny F1.
Edge trying to go around the outside of Reptile. Makes it done.
Ricky goes through back in 11 after the dubstep making contact with him.
And Reptile's
which caused absolute chaos. And Reptile's in.
And so is Dill. And I think Fry might have to join them as well. Nope. With that front wing damage, he's still staying out. Steriki gets past Dana at turn 1.
Hugo close it up here on dubstep P4 P2. I see another yellow flag.
It's just Benny again.
Benny. Yeah, Benny.
Luckily he'll be ghosted for the leaders. That's not what Max wants to see.
Max is a 3.5 second lead at the moment. And he's doing very nicely here. Holding onto that lead. Ryan right there. And, of course, Ryan will be trying his best to see if he can get past Ali Hugo here. Dubstep, his tyres, looks like his tyres starting to go off a bit here because Ryan will be on fresher softs than Dubstep because Dubstep qualified on those tyres where Ryan didn't. Ryan got to start on fresh soft tyres and Ryan could have the run here on Alan Hugo. He absolutely does have the run here on Alan Hugo.
He looks to the inside, gets back in the slipstream, Dubstep defends.
Oh, but
really
Dubstep
defends Hugo outside.
Yeah. Well, I think that Dubstep being ahead there has helped Hugo hold on to that position, hold on to be ahead of Ryan for now. But Dubstep's going to fight back here on Ryan. Yeah, Dubstep's coming back here. We're saying all the wrong names here, but you see it on your screen. And look at this here, Dubstep. No way, he's not. Oh my God, he's going to get it done.
Oh, free wide out of the corner.
Wide. Oh.
Can't get around the outside still.
Oh my God!
Oh, wheel to wheel.
Oh my God! And Ryan's gonna get through on this, or is he? The Stumpster's gonna have DRS himself.
Yeah, but he's not gonna know where to go. Free ride again. Oh,
Ryan's gonna be smart. He can't make that. Yeah, he can't make that free ride because that would have been badly. And now Hugo, because of all what's just went down here, that's allowed Hugo to go down to P4 and Ryan to get through, but Hugo will have better advantage here because look at this, he's got the run, it's about to go free wide again.
How are these three not crashed yet? Oh.
Well, I don't know how Dubstep got that move done. There might be a little talk after the race with that move. Free wide.
Who's going to give in?
Well, Hugo's going to be the one who's going to fight this position because of where he is, but Ryan goes deeper and he gets it done. Which has disallowed Max Mate to go to a 5-second lead out of all this. And Broken Reptile is out. And he has done it. There you go. And that could have been a possible safety car virtual, but of course those don't exist anymore. Yep, thank you. We just saw that. Hugo's through on New Zealand ride here for P2 as my voice is starting to go, but Matt, he's trying to get back into this fight up here with these guys battling, but Dubstep's losing time to these guys now, which that fight was absolutely incredible. Dubstep just absolutely held on to it. I couldn't believe he went for it. He did, and he went for him.
Oh, Matt Ryan in the Ascari, all that time he gained from those three battling, he's just lost. Ryan had a big moment out of Ascari.
I think Max probably was hoping that he's probably hoping these guys to battle real hard here to hold on to this position. Wonder when Max is going to come in as well. That's going to be the question. But also Max can DRS here off Benny F1, who's a lap down. All happening here at the moment. Yeah, battle for 7th as well between Edge and Calmo. Thank you very much. But also Ryan and Hugo not enough. Dubstep goes very deep.
Nearly ran into the back of Ryan there.
Yeah, we saw the end of that. That could have ended badly. As now Calvo looks for the move here on Edge for P7. Oh, Derek
Derek
gets out
Kidd.
as well.
Yeah, he's coming to the
No, he's
pits, and
pitted at
Calvo
pits,
misses
yeah.
turn 1. He went in too
That's a
deep.
shame for Calvo. And that gives him a penalty for his troubles. So we've got 2 retirements already in this race. As we see, New Zealand Ryan still sitting here behind Ali Hugo. Full position. That margin between Hugo and Max is closing. As we see here also on Matt. He's getting close here to Dubs. It's still staying under a second, but watch here from Ryan. Actually, I'll say about even Max here. See when no, he stays out, so Max stays out here at the moment. And now we'll go. Ryan is in.
Oh, and he speeds
Oh,
into the pit lane.
no. Oh dear.
Matt follows him. And if they serve... Oh, but I'm not serving it though.
Well, you can kiss that race win goodbye for New Zealand Ryan. And that could be a championship as well for Al Hugo here tonight. 5-second penalty, but Ryan now, maybe he's possibly just going to get the hammer down here and see if he can maybe jump Alan Hugo within the pit stops. That's his only chance. Edge and Calvo still going at it here, Penske.
Yeah, so Ed's got the run out of turn 1. He's not in behind Calvo for the slipstream, which surprises me. But he does have the run. He might have looked to the inside, which he does. Oh, but Calvo goes deeper. Calvo will hang on to P5 for now.
Yeah, well, it's all very nicely do, Calvo. So it's 2.8 now between Max and Alan Hugo here. Oh, Benny. I think Benny actually had a bit of a moment there.
He had
Benny
a moment.
actually had a moment.
He had a moment over Scar.
So
He just caught the end of that. I thought he was going straight into that fence there.
So who's going to pit first is the question. Well, it's obviously going to be Max. Duh. Max will pit
he comes in.
Hugo, because Alan Hugo's on the medium tyres, so that could also play a part of this race. So every mid-pile will go up into P2. Benny with a 10-second time penalty. Well, Benny's out, so there you go.
Something. Yeah, that was Benny.
There he is.
I was wondering what that was.
That's a unique crash, to say the least. Ryan now behind Edge here. Look at the margin he's gained on Max. There's Max ahead. You can see Max ahead right there. Max gets ahead of Calvo. And Calvo now, oh, little moment there, but he's going to let Ryan through here, up into P4. Let's run a little bit on the grass, so he's going to try to hunt down here Max, mate. And now the real thing is, now Penske said if he can get ahead, he can try to build that gap margin over Alan Hugo if he can, and see if he can gain the margin that he needs, especially towards the end of this race with that penalty that he's going to have.
Indeed, you have to push hard. Try and get that 5-second gap over Max and eventually Hugo.
That's right. And we'll see here what Ryan does. Here, he's closing right in here on Max, mate, for this position. It'll be an important position to get done here. So he gets clean air, because literally it's only 7 seconds to the next car, which will be savoury mince pie. As Ryan now looks for the move. Max holds his line. Ryan will get it done easy. Does Max find it? I don't think he will. Ryan's too good and gets it done. Weathers gets a time penalty. And Hugo now 13.5 second lead over savoury mince pie, as now entering Calvo. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, Calvo went in too deep into turn 1 and got the bad run out of turn 2, and Edge just clean past him.
Well, there you go. So,
and Edge got a bad
Edge
run.
moment. Here comes Calvo now.
This won't help Matt from behind.
And Matt's now clawing these up to these two as well, and Matt has got the run here on Calvo for P6.
Well, he might risk it inside of Edge, which he does. It's 2 in 1 go.
Gets done. Well done to Matt. There, Dill gets time penalty. Not what he needed. Yeah, this one at the moment. Jared back in P10 at the moment. For that kerfuffle we saw between Dubstep and Derek Kid early on in this race. As Calvin now still trying to get towards Edge. And Dubstep there as well. Oh, what a run for Dubstep. He'll get this done. There's Calbo. Matt locks up. Edge goes really deep right near him. But just wasn't enough to get closer here to Matt for P5. And Dubstep now is going to fight this position here on Edge, if he possibly can.
Oh, Edge too deep and goes off. Oh, and Calvo's gone off as well with him.
So a moment there for those guys, and Edge and Calvo will resume their fight here for position later in this race. As it's a 15-second lead here for Alan Hugo over Savoury Mince Pie. And Ryan there in P3 at the moment in this race. And the fight could resume here between Dubstep and Matt here for P5 later in this race. There's Calbo as well, and Edge will continue fighting as well for the rest of this one. Yeah, 2.8 seconds here between Ryan and Savoury for P2
Dubstep's
in this one.
Yeah,
I was about to say, Dubstep closing in here on Matt for P5.
but not close enough to make a move.
He just wasn't there to get it done. Calvo and Edge once again still near each other here for position. As we see Dubstep, we'll stick with Dubstep here and see what will happen. Calvo though, right on Edge. These two going at it here at the moment. Oh! Don't know what
Edge
happened
goes
there.
off, and Calvo will take the position.
He lagged back there for us. That was weird, but Calvo takes the position anyway. Calvo will take it. Calvo goes up to P7, but of course those two are yet to pit. As Hugo continues on for another lap. Ryan now under a second of Savoury for position. And it's still over here between Dubstep and Matt for P5 in this race. Meanwhile, Ryan right on Savoury here. Now Ryan will go up into P2. And the next car ahead will be Alan Hugo for the lead of this one.
Edge and Calvo side by side in the final corner, and they both dive into the pits by Calvo speeds.
Well, it's clear that he did because we saw what he did. But, that's a shame for Calvo.
And they're serving the stop-go. But Edge has got front wing damage, and they have to change the wing. So Calvo will still get in front of him, I think. And he will.
He will. Yeah, so Calvo gets through on the position. But Dubstep still battling hard with Matt here for P5. And that's the real distinct battle here to watch out, really, at the moment. And then obviously Ryan and Hugo later in this race. On lap 15 or 27 on this Grand Prix. And we'll stick with Dubstep here, because I think Dubstep could get close here to possible move here on Matt if he gets the runs that he wants to get the move done on him.
Dale gets a penalty. Dubstep right on the back of Matt here. He gets the good run at the last corner. He might have him into turn 1. But unfortunately he hasn't got that too much curve on the inside. I think Matt's safe for another lap. Or maybe not. Maybe Dubstep's coming back at him here. Matt goes defensive, Dubstep to the outside. They're both playing on the brakes. Side by side with a contact there. Matt holds on for now. Dubstep still right behind him.
Oh, Jared now through on Dano. So Jared do this up at the P7. And we'll sit here and watch this absolute interesting battle here, which looks like it's going to be possibly for a battle for P4. For the latter end of this race, this our max mate is for on Savoury Mince Pie. 15-second lead for Al Hugo over Ryan. And Hugo will go for another lap in this Grand Prix. And Calvo also near Dill. Dill, could it finally happen? Can he get those first points he's been looking for this season in RL Monday? He's yet to get here at the moment. Also, Dubstep still is close.
But
Matt's X.
A little bit of line.
Oh, he's touched him.
I think Matt might be further up the road on Matt's screen. Dubster gets past.
Let's celebrate with Matt. Calvo 3-second time penalty. And where's Matt going to end up? There he is.
Right aside.
Oh boy. Oh well. Well, that's what happens. And it's a show for him. So Calvo Dill goes side by side. Calvo a bit wide. Edge now into the fight. We could go 3 wide here in a second. Edge now gets the DRS here on Dill for P9. Calvo sits behind. And these guys absolutely going at it here in this one. Oh no! Oh, it's contact. It's a bit of contact, bit of push and pull. And Dill holds on to that P9 for now. Hugo goes for another lap. And Matt looks like he is still laying it a bit around. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
They touch again.
Oh no. They touch again. And now Calvo and Edge go side by side still. Gets it done, Calvo. And Savoury, the first one of those medium tyre runners into the lane. Which will be for a set of soft tyres.
Edge to the inside of Calvo into Ascari. It's the move done.
No.
Calvo still fights.
We'll stick with this and see. Goes the Dano in as well. He goes to the soft
Calvo up
tyres.
the
Instead,
inside.
Calvo fights it again.
Still side by side.
Oh,
nearly
it's
rubbing
very
on the
close.
straight. Calvo have DRS. I think Calvo
Goes
are in that round.
Yeah, Calvo goes through at the moment. And oh well, he's done that once before already tonight. And that's going to allow Edge to go back for the mid on him again. Hugo's in. So race leader in and possible champion in.
Edge to the inside of
Soft
Calvo.
tyres go on.
Oh, they touch again.
Ryan
Edge
will
gets
go
around
by.
Calvo. Oh. It's just non-stop between those two.
And Hugo actually is now behind Max mate, his teammate. And Hugo now 9 also seconds, 10 seconds. Actually, honestly, let me have a look here. Yeah, 9.5 seconds behind Ryan. So he has to get 4.5 seconds to win this race and take the championship here tonight. Calvo bit off there.
Oh. I'll give Edge the run he needs.
Yeah, Edge is going to see if he can go for this move here on Calvo for P9.
Here he comes to the inside. We'll open up the DRS. He'll take that move easily. Or will Calvo fight back? He will not, and it's Edge's turn to go wide into turn 1. Calvo with the crisscross. Just rinse and repeat with these two.
Been battling all race really, these two have. And Calbo now. Can he absolutely look for it? No, he does not. So Edge holds on at the moment here for P9 in this race. Matt is still under a second at Dubstep. 1.2 now between the two teammates of Hugo and Max Mate. And we'll stick here with Calvo and Edge once again. They're still fighting out here for position, which is for position number 9.
Calvo breaks really early into a scurry. Edge got a bit sideways. And I think Calvo might have to wait another lap to have an attempt at Edge, into turn 1.
Yeah, well, Red Bull Holland Racing Reg is still holding on at the moment, but Calvo looks to he sends it on Reg, but Reg is not good enough at the moment. Meanwhile, the two Mercedes are going out of here, Max and Alan Hugo. And Max will not want to be held up for too long from his teammate.
He might just let him go on the front straight.
Yeah, well, I think he's lost a little bit of time being held up for his teammate, actually.
In fact, there we go.
I think he has, but he'll go through anyway, so it's 8.5 seconds. And now Hugo's got 8. He's got about 3.5 seconds to get to be ahead of Ryan in this race to take the win. Of course, Ryan's got that drive-through penalty that obviously he has not been able to take as when this is around. And Frizy. Now, I think either my guess is I'm thinking maybe one of them have turned around and the other has got caught up in it, maybe, or they've come together. Either way, but I think it might have been one of them spun there out of the second Lesbo, and I think they got a little bit too slidey in the second Lesbo, and I think they've both got caught up in it, possibly. And Edge has skinned the grass! Oh!
He goes straight on.
It's ugly.
Wow.
And Edge is going to get a 5-second penalty for that, yeah. Adele goes through. And absolutely chaos between these guys here. At the moment, full position. Calbo sits there behind as well. As Hugo does the fastest lap of the race. We're up to 6 laps to go in this Italian Grand Prix. And Dano could come into this fight as well. He's in P11.
Edge has not been separated from my Red Bull or race today, and now he's sandwiched in between both of them. And knowing Dill, I think he's going to try and get to the end as he comes to Edge, right behind him, goes to the inside. Dill leaves him enough room this time. They rub coming down the straight, Edge up the inside. He'll take the move, but Dill will have to slipstream behind. But Edge on the fresher tyres will get the run out of the last corner. And will Dill let his teammate go. I don't think he will. But it's actually Dill with the DRS, I'm afraid. And Edge is going to get gobbled up into turn 1 by, I think, both the Red Bulls. Dill to the outside of Edge. Edge misses turn 1. It's chaos and carnage in turn 1.
Oh, no.
And yellow flags in the little sector. I think it was just lap cars, I think. Oh.
Put out all that right. So Ryan just...
Where was Edge
That's all that Dill.
They touch again, and Edge is around!
Well, Edge is out, he's in the wall. And that's going to bring Edge is out, and Dano now goes up in the P10.
23 laps.
I can see why. And I can see why the safety car's turned off, because that probably would have brought the safety car out. But that means now the two Red Bulls in the points, and Dill could get his first points of this season.
Just has to hang on.
Yeah, he just has to hang on, and Dana now up in the P10 and the points as well. 5.4 seconds out between Hugo and Ryan, and of course, while we'll see all that crazy battle that Ryan has the time penalty, so that's pretty much got the win now for Hugo, unless Hugo gets another warning. It could open things up again in this one. And we're coming up towards 4 laps to go in this Grand Prix. 5.1 seconds to margin, and it's now 2 seconds between Matt and Dubstep, so Matt might have had some moments, and it's really gone unstuck for him, and Matt's just lost some time now. And Jared's still P6. It's not really been a great night for Jared, obviously been involved in accident between Derek Kidd and Dubstep early on in this race.
It's a good comeback though from Jared after being basically at the back of the field.
Yeah, that's right. P6, a very good job, and it's probably the only time that Jared was probably wishing that the safety car would exist. But there they are through all the fields. Soda Midspy in a lonely P7. Dill still holding off to P8 from Calbo, and Dano in P10 trying to get up to these guys.
He's actually catching
Maybe
Calbo.
get some more points. Here he is.
He's actually catching
So
Calbo
the
a lot. Oh,
This fight for position could be on here.
yeah, that'll help what Calbo just did out of Ascari. Dano is hungry for more points. He'll have DRS this lap. And oh, what was that to drive around him instantly?
Ooh. Well, he almost ran into the back of him there, so Dano's going to go for it here.
Around the
He's
outside.
going around the outside. No,
He
he's
hasn't
only
opened up
fixed different.
He also hasn't opened up the DRS, so if he's forgotten, or he's got a DRS failure maybe.
Well, he sits behind Calbo at the moment, trying to get that P9. It's 3.9 seconds between Ryan and Hugo in this one. And Hugo will win the title, of course. 78 points he needs to be above tonight to take the title, and he will be, if my maths correct, he'll be about around about 80 points ahead of New Zealand Ryan, because with 3 rounds to go in the championship, next week being Singapore, USA and then Brazil. But here's Dano.
Out there on the outside.
Max left the
makes
session. And Dano now goes through on Calbo. And
there he goes. Calbo's got, Dano's got 2 laps now to try and catch Dill and pass him.
It's fine. Max back to the session, but Dubson gets a time penalty. See what that plays out between him and Matt. Matt's gone back to got it back to a second. So Matt now goes up. So he's getting close back up here to Dubstep. Thought he was out of the position between him and Dubstep. Now he's back into it. And Calvo see if he can try and sit with Dana, but I don't think he can. Dana's stuck there really in P9, and Dana might try and see if he can get closer to Dill. But yeah, under a second, 0.6 out between Matt and Dubstep here for P4, so that fight could ramp up. Max is back in his car, and it's 3 seconds out between Hugo and Ryan in this one.
Matt might have a lunge at Dubstep in turn 1 here. If he's close enough, but I don't think he is. Hard on the brakes, a bit too hard, and he goes off. Withers gets a penalty for ignoring blue flags. Jared was really sideways into turn 1. And Dano is within a second of Dill for 8th place. So more points on the horizon for Dano.
Oh, Matt has a moment. Big moment there for his Matt. And that could cost him in the later run of this one. So, it's still coming to a lap to go, so it may still not be over yet for Dubstep and Matt. Might not be over yet between these two. And Ryan on the final lap of this race, but Hugo's going to take the victory because of the penalties. And Ryan will have to sit down back into P2
Matt will
What's going on?
Matt's going to have about 2 more chances to try and get dubstep into turn 1. We'll try and get the run into Ascari.
Well, meanwhile, Dano and Dill are still going to have a big fight here for P8. So it's not over between those two here for position. I have to keep an eye on that. Matt as well.
Oh, Hugo gets a penalty.
Hugo gets a penalty. Well, it doesn't matter because Ryan's got that 5 second, remember. He'll have that 5 second. So that's not really going to matter. Dill and Dano go side.
Oh,
Dano's actually around. So a lot of Dano trying to look for the move. This is going to allow Calvin to get back into it. So you wonder what happened there. Does Calvin look to fight it?
We will.
Oh.
Inside, there he goes.
Not
He'll have
enough,
DRS.
but I'll stay on board with this still right. And it's not going to be enough today. That speeding penalty is going to cost him in this one. But Alan Hugo around the final corner is going to become the 2nd ever champion in our RRL. And he's going to take out the Saturday League. He will win the Italian Grand Prix and will win the Saturday League of RRL in style with a big crash. Max, mate, will cross the line in P3. Matt and Dubstep, yeah.
Matt might have a lunch. I don't think he's
got
close
through
enough.
Data, by the way.
Yeah, there was a bit of argy-bargy at turn 1 between those two. Matt's not going to have enough.
We'll see with penalties though, because I don't know how many penalties Matt has. We'll go. Dust's got a few, I know that. Yeah, Matt gets 4th.
Does Jared get either?
Jared will get 4th. He gets them both. Savoury
went finishing the pit.
Does a pit
Dana at
stop.
the outside of Oz. Cowboy was. Oh, Cowboy with a squeeze into the dirt.
Oh.
They touch again.
Oz and Dano touch each other.
Oh,
and
Dano sideways.
It's not going to be enough there. Savoury P7.
Dill's going to hold on
and
to take his first point of the season.
And Dill gets it done. First point of the season for X, still 419X. The Oz comes across line 9, but Dana gets to both the Red Bulls. So it was a very entertaining race, especially in that mid-pack between Calbo and Andrew especially. But there you go, there's the 2nd ever RRL champion, that being Alan Hugo. Of course, Benny F1 was the F2 champion, and now the Saturday League goes to Alan Hugo. And of course, Monday night's looking like going to be more Ryan. I don't know what the margin is in that one, but yeah, Hugo gets it done. And once these results comes up, Penske can take us through them.
Yeah, Hugo on the win with Ryan 2nd, Max in 3rd, pretty much all by himself. Jared, after having a collision with Derek Kidd at Ascari, and with no penalties, will make a comeback into P4. And then Matt and Dubstep will be 5th and 6th. Mince Pie, mostly alone, his race will be 7th. And that chaos in the end between Dill and Calbo to round out the points. Brian Rivers will finish a lap down, 11th and 12th. Edge, who had been battling Calbo almost basically from the start to the end of the race, will DNF in 13th. And then Benny, Derek Kidd, and Broken Reptile being our first retirement of the race.
Yeah, so 47 points on Monday Night League is Ryan and Dubstep, so I don't know if Ryan's going to really take out that title. But yeah, it's an interesting race here tonight. Hugo gets it done, and penalties galore as always. But well, Penske, that was the race.
That was the race. That was a very interesting race, indeed. Chaos and carnage, battles throughout.
Yeah, Monday night is the Monday Night League Italian Grand Prix. Tuesday night is Rio de Janeiro Beta Cars, and Wednesday night is Singapore. That's all about does it. Penske, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Singapore Grand Prix.